Hello students. In my last video, I introduced to you W. Jacobs' play The Monkey's Paw, and your responses tell me that you have found it very interesting. I'm happy to know that. So now we proceed to discuss what and how of the play. What means what has been shown in the play, and how means how it has been shown. So we will talk here about your BA examination point of view. So Monkey's Paw in English literature has been classed as an horror play. So first thing we will discuss how horror has been created and accentuated in the play. And second thing, that it ends in death and grief for the family, so it should be discussed as in tragedy also. But what type of tragedy it is, we will discuss that. So first thing is The Monkey's Paw as a horror play. One thing I make clear to you, that whenever you attempt questions in your exams, when you argue for a case, suppose you are describing The Monkey's Paw as a horror play, you must quote from the text. And so I'll take the arguments from the text which establish this play as a horror play. So we begin from the beginning itself. I have opened the text at Unit 1, where the stage setting has been shown, and as I discussed before, that the stage setting ends with the line that an air of comfort pervades the room. A house has been shown, and the three characters are sitting in a room of the house, and there is a perfect air of comfort. The characters are Mr. White, Mrs. White, and their son Herbert, and they are shown to be a happy family, as I discussed in the last video. But then, in that air of comfort and happiness, the dramatist, with a subtle skill, introduces something uncomfortable and uneasy. Wind is introduced as another character. So they are discussing about the game chess. Mr. Herbert and Herbert are playing chess, and Mr. White says, "Hark at the wind." There is a sound of the wind whistling, and he is worried that he is expecting his old friend Sergeant Major Morris, that promised to come to them tonight, and he won't be able to come due to the bad weather. So in a perfectly comfortable environment, a sense of uneasiness and something that is going to create something terrific for the family has been introduced, though unconsciously. Then the location of the house is discussed. Mr. White says about the house they are sitting in, that's the worst of living so far out. And then this is out of way places, and this is the only house in the road. Mean they are sitting in the house that is at a desolate place and on a road that has only one house, and that house is their house, White's house. Then there is the reference of 200 pounds. That is the loan that has still to be paid Mr. White on that house. So the step by step, the dramatist with a subtle skill introduces the uneasy element, the elements that makes the thing, that the happiness, the comfort that pervades the room in the beginning is not the perfect. Then Sergeant Major Morris comes. He is a veteran with a distinct military appearance, left arm gone. He is with one arm only, and that also has something to do with the terror that they are going to experience in the time to come. And he also talk about the wind. He says, and a mile up the road by the cemetery. Again, another reference, another horrible reference, something that shows the bad omen is the reference of cemetery, कब्रगाह, कब्रिस्तान, जो वाइट्स के घर से सिर्फ 1 मील की दूरी पे है. Then the guest is entertained with drink. Major Morris invites Herbert to share the drink, which he refuses. Why? He gives a reason that if he takes the drink, he might be unsteady and the fly machine might gobble me up. He is an electrician, he has a night shift and he has to be very alert on the machine, and if he is under the effect of alcohol, the fly machine might gobble him up, and that happens afterwards. So the things are being built step by step, and the most terrific of all comes the reference of monkey's paw, the dried mummified paw of a monkey, dead monkey, and that paw has a spell. Major Morris does not want to talk about the paw, but Mr. White wants him to tell the story of the paw. How did he get the paw, and what is the story behind the wishes that the paw promises to fulfill? But Major says, when I begin thinking of the paw, it makes me that absent-minded. He feels lost. He is terrified. Something within him, that makes him very scary of the paw. Mr. White says that Major Morris must show them the paw, and he promised that, you said you always carried it on you, Sergeant. So I do, for fear of what might happen. Sunk in thought, I. He is afraid that if he leaves the paw somewhere, it can do something very mischievous. And again, time and again, some of the characters points to the wind, the strong whistling wind outside the house. And here Mrs. White says, hark at the wind. Now, compelled by Mr. White, Sergeant Major Morris tells them the story of the paw. It was given to him by a fakir in India, and the fakir told Morris that everything was cut and dried from the beginning, as you might say. It shows that fate ruled people, that there wasn't no getting away from it, and that if you tried to, you caught it hot. This is something threatening, something menacing, that brings the uneasiness in the air. But Herbert is not serious about it. He jokingly asks about the 3 wishes that the first honor wished from the paw, and the sergeant tells him that yes, they were fulfilled, but the last wish of the first honor was for death. And little does Mr. White know that the paw he is trying to own, he will also wish for the same, but not of his own death, but for his dear darling son's death. tries to dissuade Mr. White from having that paw. He says that he won't give Mr. White the paw. No, I'm damned if I would. He would be damned if he gives that paw to his friend Mr. White. And he throws the paw in the fire. But as fate would have it, Mr. White takes the paw out from the fire and he pays money to Major Morris for the paw and becomes the official owner of the paw. And the tragedy happened, as I discussed in my first video. But now the question is, the tragedy happens, the Whites own the paw, make the wish and lose their son because of wishing. The story is tragic, indeed very tragic, but what kind of tragedy it is? What was the fault of Mr. and Mrs. White? Is it a tragedy of fate, as Major Morris said, that the fakir said that fate ruled our life? Or is it the tragedy of innocent curiosity that Mr. White and Herbert shows when they saw the paw? Humans by nature are curious, and many a time this curiosity leads to new inventions that are beneficial to humankind. But in this particular case, their curiosity for the paw becomes the cause of their tragedy. They don't know something and they want to know it. They make just an innocent wish, a wish for a very meager sum, 200 pounds, just to check whether it works or not, because in their life they haven't heard anything like that before. They don't believe that a mummified paw can do something mischievous, and so they just try to test it, and which is something very innocent for human beings, but they are punished for it. So it's a tragedy, but what kind of tragedy it is? That is, you to understand, you to contemplate, and you to interpret. Because a good work, a good literary work is always open to new readings and new responses. So read it closely, read the text between the lines, and come back to me with your responses. I'll be happy to know what is your interpretation of the text. Happy reading. Bye-bye.